Hello everyone and welcome to our second UCL Fantasy video where we will be reviewing our match day one performance and see where we went wrong and which transfers we are looking to make to improve our rank in the future. So, seeing my team, I had Haaland, who was the captain for 14 points, Ronaldo 6 points, Mbappe 4 points, Mount 4 points, Alvarez 2 points, Torres 2 points, Kodia 1 point, Alexander Arnold 5 points, Munier 7 points, Aspilicueta 9 points, and Bono 3 points. Now, I had gone with a heavy front lineup, which was expected. I mean, there are so many good options in that forward bracket. So it was really impossible to choose a cheap striker. But the irony is that majority of those heavy forwards have failed to deliver. I mean, especially the PSG front three. I mean, against Club Brugge, everyone expected to. I think everyone expected each of them to get a goal, and I know Mbappe still got an assist. I mean, if I had picked Neymar or Messi, it would have been 2 points. So that would have still felt at least it's still a return for Mbappe. I mean, really, I mean, it has been a crazy match day one, and this is the big difference between FPL and UCL Fantasy that you can't just predict. I mean, the big teams. I mean, yes, in FPL too, the big teams cannot deliver sometimes, but in generally, you can just trust some of these players like Salah, like a Ronaldo, like an Alexander Arnold to continuously deliver those points. So it was really surprising to see that Mbappe only gave 4 points. The other premium defenders have also been quite for them. I mean, Ronaldo against young boys. I mean, you expect him to get a hat trick and stuff, but he didn't. So that is that is also kind of surprising. I mean, again, the red card did not help them. Ronaldo was isolated totally. He was not getting chance. I mean, it's not like he can just take the ball from halfway line and score. So can't blame him there. Haaland doing Haaland things. I mean, I had expected Haaland to score a hat trick again, but it's still fine. Coming to the midfield, this is where Jamal Musiala and Jude Bellingham stole the show. Now, what's crazy is that I had considered both Jude and Jamal for for my team, but ultimately went without them because I thought they may play a bit deep and they may not get those chances. But both got returns, and I mean Jude, wow, I mean 1 goal, 1 assist, plus player of the match, and it's great to see how UCL Fantasy has this more avenues for giving players points. I mean, player of the match gets 3 points, I think. So that is also really good to see. I mean, this new ways of getting giving points to players. So Jude was a total MVP, and I am looking to bring him in because my midfield has been a total disaster, to be honest. Mount, I thought Mount will be a set and forget option in both FPL and UCL, but it looks like he's just not delivering. I mean, he was never a goal threat, to be honest. He was more of an assist kind of guy, but that also looks far fetched this season, even in the Premier League and in the UCL that I saw. But I think I will still keep Mount and Torres maybe. I mean, Torres again started as a center forward in UCL after starting all those matches in the Premier League. So that is a really good sign. Player playing out of position at that price range. Really unlucky not to get those points because I mean Man City scored 6 goals, and it's crazy because Man City scored 6 goals, and their striker, who was Torres, did not get a single point. So I mean, that's just pure bad luck. Other than that, I mean, Kodia. I thought Kodia will play. Yeah, okay. I mean, yes, he is prone to substitution, but seeing his form, seeing the fact that he scored goals in almost all of his last matches that he played for Atletico Madrid in the La Liga, I thought Kodia will be a good choice, but he did not even play. So the midfield is something I'm really worried about, and I have to chop and change. Coming to the defense, I think defense has proved really great. I mean, if Dortmund had kept the clean sheet, Munier would be on 12 points, and I think no, probably Munier wouldn't have been the king of the match still. But I mean, I know many people went for Guerrero, and I would have went for Rafael Guerrero too, but I just did not have the funds. So was lucky that Munir got the points because I mean Guerrero is also an attacking fullback who is also on set pieces and everything. So Dortmund defense overall looked good, especially the fullbacks. I think they're great. And talking about defense, I think even uh, the defense of most teams and in terms of returns, the defenders did far better than the midfielders. I mean, I know Salah got a return too, but Salah is a premium, and for a premium to get only 5 points, kind of feels uh, a bit disappointing. Not gonna lie. Alexander Arnold also 5 points. I mean, Liverpool. I thought Liverpool would have kept the clean sheet, but again, I mean, Alexander Arnold with the form he is in has delivering everywhere in FPL and use and everything. As Philippe also. I mean, I thought I would get these games. I think I am planning to get double Chelsea defense in FPL, but I think I will get double Chelsea defense in UCL too with the way Chelsea are going. They're looking just so good in both attack and both defense. I mean, Tuchel has totally revamped this side. They're just a pleasure to watch as a team, even as a rival team. They're just so good to watch. They look so compact at the back. And I think Chelsea double up on defense is not a bad idea. Yes, they are facing Juventus, but I'm considering Juventus and their uh, form in the league. I'm not sure if they can score past Chelsea with the way Chelsea's defense has been. So that is something to consider. And Shaw, I mean, honestly, like United defense, like totally a stark contrast to Chelsea defense. They are looking awful, to be honest, just awful. I mean, even with 10 men, you expect a team like United with the defense to hold on to a lead and to keep the clean sheet. But yeah, I mean, the less I speak of that match, the better. Shaw has been disappointing again in both UCL and FPL. And I will probably still keep Shaw for just one match and see how he does against Villarreal since it's a home fixture. So let's hope he can finally live up to his potential and how the form he was in, especially in the Euros. The goalkeeper, of course, had Bono from Sevilla, and I expected Sevilla to keep a clean sheet. So I will say unlucky. I mean, anything can happen in the UCL. So not a surprise. Overall, I am kind of disappointed with the team, with this, especially with the midfield. I think like major changes are needed, and the transfer that I am inclined to is probably to bring in Jude Bellingham. Uh, I mean, he finished the last campaign well, and I did not expect him to start it on such a high note. And I think a Dortmund triple up is not bad. At first, I was hesitant about a Dortmund triple up, but I mean, seeing their group and seeing their form he is in, I mean, I think Jude Bellingham and Haaland are forming that sort of partnership that Sancho and Haaland had. So that is also that could be a key in terms of a cheap midfield option. And I mean, a Bayern player too. Now that Bayern have already played Barcelona, and we saw how devastating they can be, uh, they are also a team to target. I am not looking to use any chips. I know some UCL players play their chips early and try to get those fixture swings, those nice fixtures. I mean, like seeing the first game week. I mean, it can be predicted that Lewandowski might haul and something. So it is a viable strategy, but I am still looking to hold on and give it another game time before deciding on when to play my chips and everything.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean your team like it's okay. I mean the selections you have made for your team, I think like the midfield was kind of weak. Apart from that, I mean the major disappointments I think are Torres, who I think should have scored. I mean starting in the center forward position, and that City was scoring freely in that match. And Korea's selection was kind of like a gamble, because like he's very rotation prone. Even if he starts, he doesn't sometimes play beyond 60 minutes, so that's also a thing. But I think most of us can relate that the defense saved their game week, and that the forward didn't live up to the expectation until and unless you had like Lewandowski or Haller in your team. So yeah, that goes for Ornob's team. And now coming to my team, I scored 59 points in match day one. Yeah, it's kind of sucks. Like I finished 59 even in FPL, and to miss that 60 point mark, kind of it's like, shortcoming. It's really a shortcoming. So anyway, I mean the defense were really great. I mean, as you said, Sevilla not keeping a clean sheet, like that was a crazy, crazy match. Like penalties were flying here and there, and people were actually continuously missing penalties. So that was really kind of a very strange match, but it's kind of funny that actually Sevilla goalkeeper didn't get a save point for any of the penalties because he couldn't
because they
didn't
missed
actually.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's kind of really, for a Bonu owner, that's kind of like really frustrating that not a single save point for him. So anyway, Acuna, like the best thing about Champions League fantasy is about the ball recoveries, and like you get that 1 or 2 points even if your players don't keep a clean sheet. So yeah, Acuna, with he should have got like 2 points, but for that ball recovery he got that extra 1 point. Same for Guerrero. I think Guerrero is really kind of unlucky because with the substitution of Haaland and Bellingham, their attacking threat kind of like lessened a bit, and Besiktas were kind of playing well. I was watching the match; it was kind of going end to end until and unless that second goal kind of hammered the nail in the coffin. But still, Besiktas were playing well, and they actually scored one goal, and that was really unfortunate not to get the clean sheet point. Same for you, I think the Munir would have given you like 11 points, but still 7 points are good, and I would have got 7 points, but I have to settle for three. Not really huge complaints because the group Dortmund is in. I think Guerrero will give attacking returns soon, even if not the clean sheets. And Aspilicueta, yeah, I mean him starting was kind like he is kind of rotation prone given like he's kind of getting old, but being the team captain and getting rested against Aston Villa previous week before the Champions League match day, I betted that he will be starting, and he did start and gave the clean sheet and an assist. So no complaints, absolutely like nail good decision to select him. Rosillon, I was skeptical of him starting because he is rotation prone for Wolfsburg, but I think their first choice left back, right, he plays in left back I think, or right back, I exactly don't remember, but I think the first choice wing back is injured, so he started and gave 8 points, a clean sheet, and 2 points for ball recovery. So yeah, at 4.0 million, I think like he's a very cheap asset, and 8 points coming from him is a huge blessing. So coming to my midfield, I am not too disappointed with my midfield. I initially had Havertz, and he was rested. I mean, I should have seen this coming because he's starting every match in Premier League, and the amount of rotations Tuchel does, Havertz isn't going to be nailed on forever. Even if he's nailed on in Premier League, he might get rested in Champions League. But still, I went for the gamble given Chelsea's fixture, and I would have got Lukaku, but all the front three, Haaland, Ronaldo, and Mbappe, had better fixture, and them like Chelsea are kind of a bit defensive team than the rest of the three teams like Dortmund, United, and PSG. So I didn't take Lukaku, so I gambled on Havertz, but the gamble didn't pay off. But still, the manual substitution come in, and Alvarez gave 2 points. I mean, he's a defensive midfielder. I didn't expect that much from him. Barella with the 3 points. I mean, they were facing Real Madrid, and like he's still like he was playing really, really well, Barella, and he's still a huge, huge fantasy prospect with the fixtures they have in the coming weeks, and he might get those goals and assists from like uncanny positions, and he's a good long range shooter, and I'm betting on Inter to do well than the do better than the previous season. Salah, he missed a penalty. That's kind of was a bummer, but him again scoring the goal kind of repaid it. But again, as you said, 5 points from I think he's priced at 11.5 or
I
12.
think 10
10
points something to
10.5, yeah, yeah, 10.5. So him priced at that, so kind of doesn't satisfy the return, but still a goal rather than minus points is better any day. And coming to the front three, like the same issues as you faced is like the same for me. Haaland, Ronaldo, and Mbappe. I had Ronaldo initially as my captain. I kind of gambled on Haaland to change the captaincy because like if your captain gets one goal, um, you will even, it's a probable thing that you wouldn't take the gamble and remove captaincy from someone who is already a goal scorer. But I took it, and like it didn't make a huge difference. Like Haaland only gave one extra point for ball recovery, and he scored one goal, and the two default points for playing 60 plus minutes. So 7 points from him. Yeah, as I said, I expected minimum of a brace or a goal plus assist from Haaland, but yeah, that didn't happen. Ronaldo also had so much potential to score more goals, but again, that red card to Wan-Bissaka kind of hampered their flow, and I don't think United should have gone full defensive mode, considering that the opponents weren't really threatening them. But United as a defense aren't a good collective unit, so I think they should have played the natural football and went for more goals, especially after going 1-1. That didn't make sense for playing for the point against a team who are like not superior in terms of individual brilliance than you. So that's the thing. And Mbappe not playing 90 minutes, I think he got was subbed up for an injury. I don't know how much is it a really a big injury, or I think he played this weekend in the league match, and I think he will be fit for next match. But I think I will be transferring him out for someone like Benzema or Lewandowski who have better fixtures ahead. Now coming to playing the chips, as you said, I mean, many people play that early wild card when like multiple expensive assets have very easy fixtures. For example, like this week you have Lewandowski facing, I think, Benfica. I'm not really sure who is Lewandowski facing. Um, and PSG facing Manchester City next week.
Manchester
So
City.
yeah, so many people will be transferring him out. And the thing is that Benzema facing Sheriff, who is newly promoted team. You would expect that Real Madrid to win that match given their pedigree in the Champions League. So um, yeah, so many people can opt for more than two transfers. You get two transfers after each game week. So many people will be opting for more than two transfers, and taking a hit so early doesn't really I mean, it's a risk taking a hit so early for -4 hit. So I think many people can play that limitless, even if not the wild card, which can be saved for in the knockout stages. Many people can play that limitless, and even the defense. I mean, uh, Chelsea, you can double up the defense, and as I said, you can also take a consider a defender from Bayern Munich who are now having easier fixtures. You can also consider a defender from Inter Milan or Real Madrid who are now having comparatively easier fixtures. So if you want to make more than two transfers, like you want all of them in your team and want to catch up with that rank in your mini leagues and like all over rank, like a limitless wouldn't be too bad an option. And I'm kind of actually myself considering to play that early limitless, because it is a strategy many players did last season too. And by the time I played limitless, it didn't really matter much because you get a lot of free transfers. Like you get like unlimited transfers before the round of 16, and five transfers before I think semi-final, and the least transfer you get in the knockout is before the quarterfinal, I think, which is like three transfers. So I mean, saving the wild card for that stage in the quarterfinal and playing the limitless in the group stages when so many potential assets are having easy fixtures isn't too bad an idea for me in my perspective. So if in my opinion, if people want to gamble their chip now, they can do it. It's a good time, and you can catch up on the rank. So yeah, this is my overview of this week, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think like the
Hmm.
transfer will be an really interesting one because, as you said, like there are so many options to choose from with so many good fixtures, doing especially for Bayern Munich. The thing about Mbappe is that like if 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 Mbappe is fit, I mean yes, that is a question. I am not sure that the Man City and PSG game will end in a goalless draw. I mean,
Definitely.
yes, City have,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, yes, City have looked really solid in the defense in the Premier League. They just considered only one goal in their opening fixture against Tottenham.
Hmm.
But that's the issue. I mean, PSG are really good at counter attack, and City kind of leave their backs open when they attack so aggressively. So I'm really tempted to keep Mbappe, but then I'm
Yeah,
also like, yeah, Lewandowski also a good fixture. So this will be interesting to see ultimately which transfer I make. But other than that, I mean, I think initially I thought about bringing in Kimmich for Shaw, Bayern Munich defender. But I'm thinking of like I am 90% sure that I think I'll be doing Mbappe to Lewandowski and Kodia to Jude Bellingham.
and I
So
think
are you going to use up? Yeah,
yeah, if I don't use the chip, I think I will be bringing. I mean, it's a very tough choice between Benzema and Lewandowski. Both have really started well. Like Benzema has 11 goals and assists and top scorer of their La Liga. And also Lewandowski is right now the current top scorer of Bundesliga, and he managed to score a brace against Barcelona. So it's kind of a difficult option to consider. But Real Madrid against Sheriff, I mean, a newly promoted team in Champions League is too good a fixture to miss out, I think. So if I don't play the the chip, I think I will bring in Benzema. And if I play the chip, I think I will be bringing both of them. And considering that United are a bit topsy-turvy, I may even take that step of taking Ronaldo out if I play the chip. And if I don't play the chip, then Haaland Ronaldo stays, and I think Benzema comes in for Mbappe. And in midfield, I think I don't know if I can trust Havertz because he's playing all the league matches, and he might again get rested in the Champions League and make a cameo in the second half. So I think I will be bringing a midfielder in. I need to consider which midfielder to bring because, like in Champions League, it's the problem that you don't have many midfielder to consider from in Champions League, and that so many
what
big
about
teams.
Vinicius? Is he a midfielder?
I mean, that's Vinicius is a midfielder in the in Champions League, right? I think he's a forward, Vinicius.
Okay, then
Yeah.
it may make
Hmm.
things interesting.
Yeah, I mean he's a forward. Like most of the goal scoring threats are a forward in Champions League fantasy, and like Salah. I mean the few assets like
Yeah,
Salah
it's
and
crazy that Salah is
hmm,
a midfielder considering he is such a goal
yeah,
threat
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah,
Liverpool.
exactly. That's the point. And Jota is a forward in Champions League while he's a midfielder
Yeah,
in FPL. So, I mean, that's what I said. Like, you don't have a lot of options to consider from. Like, Mahrez is a good shout because he doesn't start in the Premier League, and he
league
started.
matches. Yes,
Yes, he started in Champions League and he scored a penalty. And I know his opponent, his I mean, his opponent is
PSG.
PSG, but he scored in the semi-final. Remember, I mean, he scored a free kick, and even in the return fixture last season in Champions League
Yeah,
semi-final.
I
Yeah,
can see a lot of goals in the PSG Man City match. To be honest,
exactly. And Mahrez, I think, even though the fixture is against PSG, he can be a good shout to replace Havertz in my team, given that he's actually a scoring winger. I mean, like it's a freak of nature that Nkunku managed to scores a hat trick against City, and Haaland not, it's Haller scores a poker against Wolfsburg, and he's the top scorer of Champions League. And it's kind of freakish outcome, but I don't think that's going to happen every week. But again, it's Champions League, and it's like nothing makes sense in Champions League, and anything can happen. But uh, yeah, so that's my options are right now like this. So if I don't take a hit, I will be sorry, if I take the chip, then I will be bringing both Lewandowski and Benzema, and other necessary changes like bringing a Real Madrid defense and reshuffling my midfield, a total reshuffling of my team if I play the limitless. And if I don't play the limitless, then I will be bringing Benzema for Mbappe and Mahrez for Havertz.
yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm,
That makes sense.
yes.
So I think that's
Hmm,
good enough for today, and we'll see you guys before the Champions League with our final team. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys. Goodbye.